that never gets old.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be reviewing my dad's 2007 Stage 3 Roush Mustang. This car's got just shy of 44,000 miles and almost no modifications. As you see, it is almost exactly how it came from Roush back in 2007. The only thing that we've really done to it is a cold air intake, and then we got a boost gauge installed along with an AFR and fuel pressure gauge. So I just wanted to showcase, this beautiful example of what Roush can do with these cars. I mean, this car really gets up and goes. It wakes up that 4.6 with the supercharger. The suspension that Roush put on these things, it handles incredible. I think a lot of people's biggest complaints with these cars, at least just the stock GTs, was how much body roll they had. You could really feel the weight going around the corner. But with the suspension that Roush puts on these things, it is so planted going around the corner. Along with that, they put on a beautiful body kit on it. I think the regular GTs are starting to look a little bit dated in 2025. However, I think with the Roush kit, it looks a lot newer than it really is. It definitely modernizes it. It kind of just makes it look timeless. And with the Roushes, they are fitted with some huge brakes that are slotted. Got a nice Roush logo on the caliper. Yeah, this thing stops on a dime. It's definitely no worries when you're getting on the gas if you're going to stop or not. They do a performance exhaust on it. I'm not too sure the details on it. They might just be, a little bit more flowy mufflers, but it's not super loud, but it has a great tone to it. I don't know, I kind of like a lot of engine noise. I like hearing the supercharger. It's definitely not obnoxious going down the road, so it sounds great. And so each one of their stages had different packages, you'd say. I don't really remember the details of much, but the Stage 3 was the only one that did come with the supercharger. The other ones I think were just kind of body kits, some interior pieces. Nothing really performance, but this one you get the full package. Yeah, so overall, I just wanted to showcase with everyone what it's like to drive one of these in 2025. Seeing if it withstands the test of time, if the performance is up to date, the handling is up to date. So for the interior, you get some gorgeous seats that are definitely different than the stock GT seats. I think the bottoms might be the same, but the backs are a little bit wider, a little bit more bolstering as well. You get a beautiful embroidery that says Stage 3. I mean, overall, just a gorgeous interior. Roush also does a short shifter in the Stage 3s that feels incredible. The throws are really short. The gauges are all different too. You got Roush stamps all over this thing. Yeah, and then you got a Roush signature right in the center that I believe every one of them came with. But this one's got a couple unique signatures that are definitely unique to just this one. My grandfather was the original owner of this car. He bought it brand new in 2007. He actually met Jack Roush, him and my grandmother, and he was able to sign there on the dash, and then he signed underneath the hood as well. That was definitely the highlight of my grandfather's time with this car. He talked about that for years. Very cool experience for him. So my grandfather passed back in 2016, and that's when we kind of, inherited the car. It stayed in the family this whole time. He always wanted us Pellerin boys to drive it. I love taking this thing out, take it to car shows like he would have back in the day. And I got him sitting up here. It was an old photo of him back in the Army. He gets to go for a drive in it still, even all these years later. His soul is still carried on in the life of this car. And I'm sure he's happy that I've kept it in the same condition that he did, all those years ago. So, and these are the, you got the boost gauge, AFR, and fuel pressure. This whole unit is aftermarket. However, it fits there very well. I think it looks like it should have came that way from the factory. The visibility isn't too ruined. The rear seats are very small. There's not much room back there at all. I'll give you a quick peek in the trunk because there's something pretty cool back there that was unique to these Roushes. So yeah, very small trunk, not much room, but this I thought was very unique. I'll show you what's inside. Roush provides these on all their cars. A nice toolbox, I guess you would say. You got a ratchet in there, some wrenches, everything with Roush stamps on it because they don't want you to forget that this is a Roush. Pretty cool coin that is just kind of a cool piece to have. I thought it would maybe be worth some money, but I looked it up and they're like, I don't know, 20 bucks on eBay. So, but it's still cool to have. You got a tire pressure gauge right here. And then you got some nice racing gloves that are pretty cool. I've actually never worn them. They just sat there for forever. But cool piece to have. Not that I would ever really even use the tools in there, but I can say it has it. So I'll give you guys a peek of the engine bay because it's a beautiful engine bay. So here's the other signature that Roush did when my grandfather met him. It's just a stock 4.6 that comes in all the GTs, except Roush tore it apart when it had 0 miles on it and put that blower on it. It's a small supercharger, but I think it gives you just the right amount of power. He dynoed this thing back in the day at 390 wheel. They actually come, I'll show you the badge here. They come with 415 to the crank and what is that, 385 torque to the crank. So it's pretty cool that they stamp these. It also shows you which number it is out of however many they made in this exact color. They also put a badge showing who it's custom built by, which is pretty cool. It was made in Michigan. So yeah, as you see, it is pretty much exactly how it came from Roush, except this is aftermarket. This is a Steeda cold air intake. It's just overall such a fun car to drive. So I guess next thing is I'll take you guys for a ride and let you experience it as well. All right, we made it on the inside. Start her up. The clutch isn't too stiff or anything. It's actually very usable. Don't mind the brakes, they're very squeaky. There's no like weird creaks or rattles or anything. I mean, this car drives like a brand new car. It feels like a brand new car. Get on this main road, I'll do a quick second gear pull, let you guys hear what it sounds like. I mean, this thing picks up speed pretty good, and it's loving the cold weather. It's November here in New Hampshire, so it's loving these cold temps. Second and third gear is where it's at. First gear is kind of useless. I mean, it's such a short gear that the second you get on it, you're already pretty much redlining it. But second gear and third gear is where it's at. Yeah, my grandfather took this thing to tons of old car shows back in the day. It got a lot of attention with it. Still does get a lot of attention. A lot of people I just don't think even really know what a Roush is. I mean, when you think of a performance Mustang, you immediately kind of think of Shelby. So it's something unique that you don't see very often, especially the older ones. But it is just such a fun car to drive. I mean, and they're not super expensive in 2025 either. Back in the day, I believe my grandfather picked this thing up for around $55,000, which was pretty expensive for 2007. But right now you can pick up one with relatively the same amount of miles for about 30 grand, maybe even a little bit less. And these 4.6s, I know they're not as powerful. They don't, do all the nice things that the 5.0 does, but especially with the supercharger on it, it makes plenty of power. Yeah, that never gets old. This thing's got a ton of low-end torque as well, where you can be cruising along at 1500 RPMs and it doesn't buck or shake the car all that much. It just kind of powers right through it. But with the supercharger, I mean, this thing loves the higher RPMs, and that's really where the supercharger gets into its efficiency range. Is around 4,000 RPMs is really when you start to feel the power. Like if you start around like 3,000, 3,500 and just punch it, that's where all the power is. This thing practically feels like a 4-speed with like an overdrive gear, because 5th gear is so low. That's about it. This thing's gonna be going away in storage for the winter, coming up in the next few weeks, or whenever we get snow, really. But I just wanted to, film a quick video on it, showcasing, kind of what it's like to drive one of these in 2025, or if anyone has never seen one before, here you go. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to give this video a like, and feel free to comment with any questions, comments, whatever you guys got. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video. See ya.